Well, hello there, and we're back with some GTSport daily races. It's been a few months since I've done these, I think about 3 or 4 actually, to be precise. The reason for that is I've been focusing more time on F1 2020 as the online championship One Hub Racing's every Friday night. That's taking up a lot of my time, and I've really got into Assetto Corsa Competizione in the last few months as well. I'm in a league for that, and we do endurance races every couple of weeks on a Saturday night. Also, I haven't been on this game because my hours have been a bit funny in the last few months with COVID and people going sick, so I'm covering a lot, so I haven't really had the opportunity to get on. I've been playing the game every now and again. I did a few races last week with the GT3 cars at Monza, and I think the week before that we had the Super Formula cars at Japan, which I was tempted to stream or at least upload some videos, but I decided against it. I wasn't really feeling it, but I thought I'd give it a go today, starting a bit later than normal. Usually I'm sort of doing this around about 8 o'clock in the morning when the daily races go live. It's now, well, the first race will be here at midday. Reason for that is I'm working tonight, but I'm working late on in the evening, so I've got a couple of hours here, 2.5 hours here, where I can have a bit of fun and see how this goes. Now, we've got 3 daily races. The first one, I think, somewhere, Sardinia, I think. I'm not really interested in it. Daily race B is a 5-lap race around Dragon Trail Gardens with the Group 3 cars. And then daily race C, the long one, is this one, which is Group 2 cars. So if you think of it as the Japanese Super Touring class. And it's 13 laps around the Red Bull Ring. And we've got the medium and the hard tyres that we need to use. So 13 laps, you have to make a legitimate pit stop. And with it being 4 hours ahead since these races went live, some of the quick guys are already on top 10 stars. You can see they're all in the 2016 GTR, which is what I've selected. Mid 1 minute 20 seems to be the best. I'm on the medium tyres, so we'll go out on track now. We've only really got time for maybe a couple of laps. So at least it's enough for me to get my eye in, at least. And this is my Red Bull liveried Nissan. And we'll do a couple of laps at least. Take it nice and easy. I'm not looking to set the world alight. I could probably do 1 minute 22s or 23s around here if I really go for it, because I'm not exactly super quick, but we are a B rated driver. Yep, gonna have to upshift there just a second to kill the rear wheel spin. Circuits on this game, it's not the easiest. The easiest one is probably that Special Stage Route X, which basically just an elongated oval. But in terms of actual real life circuits, this is probably one of the easiest on the game. In any game you play, really, if this is on the calendar, then it's fairly easy. I think if you include all the kinks and all the corners, there's 10 corners, but I don't really consider a couple of these kinks, so I pretty much regard this as a 7-corner track. Okay, first lap, probably going to be something like a 24, 25. Not too bothered by that. It's a very low 24. You can definitely go quicker than that. But we won't have time, there's less than a minute left already. If we turn in second and accelerate in second, what's that do? There's a little bit of a pullback. And the title of the stream as well, penalty system pain. The penalty system yet again on GTSport, as it has been now for a few months, is broken. You can get punted up the rear and you get a 3-second penalty. And you pick up a couple of penalties in a race, even if you finish well, it does absolutely hammer your safety rating. I'm a B-rated, safety-rated driver, if that makes sense, you know what I mean. I'm B-rated. I'll have a clean race, I'll be an S, guarantee it. So we're preparing to match, probably won't be able to finish this lap, and indeed we don't. So I'm not too sure where a very low 24 puts me on the grid, probably towards the back. Like I said, these guys have had 4 hours now Where are we? Well, we're 8th. Okay, we're 8th in a mix of B and D rated lobbies. So we should be... Yeah, there's a couple of people towards the back that have yet set a lap time. I just think if there's any drivers here I'd recognise. It has been a few months. Doesn't look like it. I think most of the focus now really is on GT7, I think it's going to be for the PS5, which looks absolutely fantastic from some of the footage I've seen. It's basically just been pictures at this point. I haven't actually seen any footage of cars going around, but there are rumours coming out that there is going to be a full release, and by that it's basically autumn time for us here in the UK. So August, September, October time, we reckon we're going to get GT7. There's always delays though with Gran Turismo games, only by a few months, so I'm probably thinking it might be a Christmas or even January next year release. So in terms of PS5, I'm not looking to get one until there is definitely, right, we're definitely releasing this game on this day, and then by then most people that wanted a PS5 will have a PS5. It should be readily available because there's still problems out there. I'll go and pick one up and make the change over to PS5. At the moment I'm still on PS4 because I have no interest in getting a PS5 until there's actually specific games released on that program, on that platform that I need, which is going to be Gran Turismo 7, because it will not be cross-platform, it will not be released on PS4. So we'll make the change to the hard tyres, even though we're starting in P8. Everyone has to start, well, everyone has to do a lap on either the hards or the mediums. You can pit at the end of lap 1, you can pit at the end of the final, well, at the end of lap 12 if you like. If you don't, I think they've increased it now. It used to be something like you get a 20 or 30 second time penalty. Now if you don't run the correct compounds, I think it's a minute. You get a minute penalty, which is close to a lap around a circuit like this, and will absolutely destroy your race. So we've got D-rated, a lot of D-rated drivers behind us, 2 B-rated drivers that didn't set a qualifying time, but worryingly the guy on pole is also D-rated. A few Brits in here, a couple of Spanish as usual, the Dutch, the French, the Germans, the Belgians, Swiss, Italians, everyone is here ready to have a good time. So this is the first race. I'll do a couple of these. I'll also have a go at the GT3 races in the daily race B, which is 5 laps around Dragon Gardens, I think it is, Dragon Trail Gardens or something like that. The circuit at Croatia, basically, a made up circuit. But this should be interesting again. Pretty much everyone is in the All-Tech GTR from 2016. A couple of NSXs on there. But the car choice is limited for this specific class. Now, the fuel depletion is ×2. Shouldn't be a problem in a 13-lap race around Red Bull Ring. The tyre wear rate is ×10. So that's going to be quite interesting to see what happens with the tyres. I'm not looking to spend too long on these hard tyres. But we'll have to make the change right, as long as we keep it clean. Countdown starts. We've got another Alex ahead of me as well. Is everyone going to keep it clean into turn 1? No, most of us are running wide. So far, so good. In the middle of the pack. Don't know how many drivers around me are on the hard tyres. So we are at a disadvantage to anyone on the mediums. Ooh. Give me the space. A little bit of contact there with some cars. A few people further back of penalties. No, we're not here yet. That NS6 is very late on the brakes. So nervous about contact. And running wide, you can pick up time penalties for running wide. We've got a 5-car breakaway here. Oh, someone's going slow. Must have had a penalty. This NSX is drifting. So I'll say thank you and take P7. So we have gained a position on the first lap. What is that guy in 4th doing? Two positions just like that. The guy behind me's obviously punted that bloke off and he's picked up a 4-second penalty. So we're safe in P5 unless he decides to hit me. And he's now going to disappear back. And we've got a 1.2 gap to the car behind. No, come on. Oh, that was a wild one. I'm hoping and praying that everyone around me is on the medium tyres, because if they're on the hards as well, then we are a little bit slow. Two laps down, done everything right so far. Dude. Yeah, exactly. Right, if we have two behind, we'll have a little battle. Don't really know what he was thinking. He was 10 car lengths back and then gave me a nice little kiss going into turn one. That's the reason for his second penalty. Might just be in the slipstream of our fellow Alex ahead of us here. We've got a 3-second gap to the car behind, 24.4, so 1.1 of the ultimate pace. That bump there on the curb at turn one really unsettles the car. I think that second left-hander I can get away with a later turning, so I'm turning in a bit too early and I'm putting two wheels on the inside curve just a bit too much and losing a bit of time. But there doesn't seem to be anywhere where myself and Alex are stronger or weaker than each other. We seem to be trading sector times. Oh, that's deep. My penalty vote. Carry on. Top three have just fucked off, by the way. They're 10 seconds ahead of us. And we're only on lap 5. was going on with my car there. It just didn't want to turn. So much understeer. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I ran wide at 4 corners in a row, so it's going to happen at some point. I don't know, is it the tyres maybe? They seem okay. Must have picked up a bit of rubber from somewhere and that's what unbalanced the car. So I've got a 5% per second penalty to serve, just on the exit of this corner here. Shouldn't hurt us too much. Come on, car. Alright, I think we'll pit. And make the change onto the medium tyres. Don't know how much time we'll lose in the pits here. Got a feeling that most of the people that were around me were on the mediums. I'd have to make the change onto the hards. Around P6 for now. Big question is to get to Alex and Wolf as well, who is the readiness mode behind me. Oh, come on, girl. She's got a fat ass on her. So we weren't with the leaders by any stretch of the imagination, but they were on the mediums onto the hards, so this is giving us a bit of an advantage. And a bit of knowledge, knowing that we started on the hards and now on the mediums. Everyone is in. Now, up to P4, I don't think we'll keep it. There's cars there on the left, on the right. Get undercutted. And they're both on the hards, so we need to run away now. We need to fuck off and disappear. Get out my slipstream. Good, 2.5. Can't live with me at the moment on these medium tyres, but these mediums will start to wear out quicker than the hards, so they might come back at me towards the end. So it's crucial now to try and build as much of a gap as possible. Top 3, they're gone. They have been gone all race. Almost 2 seconds clear now, and they're fighting behind. which will help me. You lose so much on this game. You lose so much time fighting with cars around you. I'm going deep. I'm going deep. I'm going deep. Stay on the track. Still 2 seconds clear. One of them has a penalty as well, which I don't really want. I want them both to fight. New personal best, despite the fact that I cocked up turn 2. Bar now with a perfect lap, might be able to get the fastest lap here. We're catching the guy in P3 as well by second that last lap, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. I think we're going to catch in time unless they make a mistake. That was good. Be cool if we can set a fastest lap. Oh, 23.7 and the guy in P1's just improved. So we probably won't at this point. 5 seconds ahead of Alex behind now. 3 laps to go, and another second and a bit out of the guy in P3. He makes a mistake, like a several second mistake, I'm going to be right on him here. Not if I go deep into Remus curve though. There's P3. You can see him at the top of the hill, just turning into turn 1. We won't catch him unless he makes a mistake. That's what we need now. We need someone in the top 3 to make a substantial mistake if we're going to get on the podium. The tyres have held up well. I think 6 laps on the hards and 7 on the mediums. Starting on the hards I think works well, because the mediums will last us a little bit longer in the second half of the race, because the fuel is slightly lower. We're almost down by the time we finish this race. We'll have half a tank of fuel left. the lighter the car, the better it is overall on tyre wear. And the leader's in again, so he's double stinted the mediums to do the final lap on the hards. If you only lose a few seconds in the pits here, it is possible to do that. I've done that. So I can only assume that he might retake the lead. No, he's out in P2. Meanwhile, we took 2.5 seconds out of the guy in P3 there. There is the outsidiest of outside chances. We've just set our personal best at 23.6. You can see the top 3 all together now. I think it's a bit risky to do 2 stops here, basically double stint the mediums and then do the final lap on the hard tyres or whatever other compound is chosen. I mean, if you're half a second quicker a lap in 12 laps at 6 seconds, you lose 6 seconds in the pits. There's no real advantage over it, really. You should only really do it if there's a clear advantage. Some of the races that you get on here, you lose 2 or 3 seconds in the pits, just the way the game is, and other places you'll lose 10 seconds. So you really have to work out if the advantage is good for you. Here, I don't think so. Suzuka, a couple of weeks ago with the Super Formula cars, yes, it made sense to double stint. Anyway, 2 corners to go to finish the first race. You've got the gap down to 3.8. Over the line, it's P4, P3! P3! Oh, look at that, the Swiss guy didn't do it. He didn't read the rules, and how the fuck do you not read the rules? I don't, it's there, you look at like the race status or anything like that. For the best part of 6-7 months now, a lot of these longer races, the daily racing races, require you to run multiple strategies. Sometimes you have to run 2 different compounds, some races you have to run 3 compounds. How do people not still understand this? Well, the Swiss guy hasn't read the rules, thought he could double stint the mediums, and there he is. He's picked up a 1-minute penalty. So he won the race? Yes, he won the race, and he's going to be classified in at least 11th, possibly worse. So we finished 5.5 seconds off the lead after starting in P8. That guy is down into P12 now. Is he going to get any lower than that? Probably not. That should be it. A few retirements. So there you go. That's what happens if you don't read the rules. You win the race and end up in 12th. Then we'll take a podium. So very happy with that. Felt a lot comfortable on the mediums than I did on the hards. It was always a risk starting P8 on the hard tyres, because if you get hit off a circuit at turn 1, you're down in 15th, and you're with all the scrubbers at the back and trying to make your way through to gain positions early in the race on the hard tyres is not easy. So there's the prize money, distance and experience, which I don't really care too much about. We're now A rated in terms of safety, so another race will be up to S. Yeah. So our best laps are 23.6. The guy who eventually won the race did a 22.9. So he was faster than us. Do Your Thing in 6 was faster than us. He was slower than us. Where was the other Alex in this? Oh, there he was. He ended up being, wow, over 10, 11, nearly 12 seconds behind us in the end. So it does make sense to run the medium tyres at the end. And I think we'll definitely give that another go. So we can do a Group 3 race if we want, or we can do another Group 2 race. I will definitely try and tackle a couple of Group 3 races. So this is it, Dragon Trail Gardeners, 16 cars, rolling start, 5 laps, fuel consumption, tyre wear doesn't exist, maximum and medium tyre rating is medium, so yeah, obviously no pit stops. Qualifying ranking, so have a look at the top 10 stars. So we got a 458 Italia. My god, I can't remember the last time I saw a Ferrari 458 as the overall fastest car. We've got the Evo, we've got a couple of GT by Citroens, we've got a Renault RS01, we've got a Concept Mazda, we've got a Corvette, we've got an R8, and we've got a 911 RSR, which is usually my go-to car in Group 3 or GT3. So there's a good mix of cars there, which is going to be interesting. That race starts in 4 minutes, but so does this one over here. And as you can see there, everyone is going for the Alltech GTR, apart from this bloke who's managed to crack into the top 10 with the NS6. We've got a Lebanese. I didn't realise a Lebanese race on European servers, or if he is Lebanese and lives in Europe, I don't know. So the race details, this is what I'm talking about. So there you go, the fuel consumption during the final ×2, that was no problem. We finished half a tank of fuel. The tyre wear is ×10. So this tells you everything that you need to know. There's no driver limit, there's no SR restriction category, it's Group 2 cars, any Group 2 car you want. Has to be a car from a garage, so you have to own it. 13 laps, track conditions sunny, number of cars, rolling start, mechanical damage no, boost is off grip reduction is real, so if you put a wheel in the grass, you're into the wall. Slipstream is real, and here we are, tyre requirement, racing hard and medium. You have to run both the hard and medium compounds, and if people still don't know to this day that this is a thing, that you should always check this, then you will end up with a 1 minute time penalty, which is what that poor Swiss guy got after winning the race. So yeah, you should always check. And this isn't a new thing. This has been out for, to be honest with you, probably close to a year. I would say that they made this change, because before it wasn't like a big thing. It was a case of a lot of the well, the daily race A and B are short races, 3 and 5 laps or whatever. So, it'd be like insane in a 5-lap race to say you've got to make a pit stop. Like, just let us race 5 laps, it's a sprint race. But these ones are sort of more endurance-y, even though they're really not. And it was always a case of, before it was a case of you only had to run one compound. Like, it'd be like either the softs would be selected or the mediums or the hards or something like that, or you could run the mediums and the hards would be available to you, but it didn't specifically say you have to run both compounds. It was a case of you got the mediums and the hards, do what you want. You want to run the mediums and then pit for the hards, or pit for the hard, or run the hards, pit for the mediums, or not, or double stint the mediums, or just do the whole race in the mediums. That's fine. And it was pretty relaxed. And most races, in fact, if all of them, it was a case of you could comfortably do the race on a set of mediums or comfortably do a race on a set of hards, so no one would pit. Then they brought out this thing where tyre depletion and fuel depletion is a thing in its times, and then you had some races where you couldn't run the mediums for the whole race, you had to double stint them, or you could run a full set of hards for the race. So you had that strategic decision to make: double stint the mediums and be quicker overall but have to make a pit stop, or run the hards, which are slower but more durable, don't have to make a pit stop. Then it got changed again to what we have now, where a majority of these longer races for daily races say, you're fine on tyres, you're fine on fuel, but we are going to force you to use 2 or sometimes 3 compounds. Quite a few times there's been soft, mediums and hards, and you have to sort of work out, not exactly, I've got to remember to pit, but you've got to get that nice window of where these tyres will work their best. It's a bit pointless, let's say, in a race like this, doing 10, 11 laps on the hards and then doing the final 2 on the mediums, because you're not going to get the optimal grip range out of those medium tyres, and you're going to push the hards too far. Usually it's a case of after 3 or 4 laps, get off the hards, go onto the mediums, they're fine. Here in that first race I did 6 laps on the hards at the start of the race, and then with the fuel draining down, I did the second half of the race on the mediums, and well, you can see we were a lot quicker. We were catching the guys at the front of the field, and I came, the guy behind me, Alex, and the other British guy, they came out the pitch just behind me, and I finished 12 seconds ahead of them in 7 laps, which around a circuit like this is quite naps. So you do have to think about that if you do take this sort of thing super seriously. But that Swiss guy will be wondering what the hell we did, and if he's back in this lobby again, which will be going in 50 seconds, I'm sure he would have read the rules. Yeah, it's just a little bit silly, really, if you decide for whatever reason to not read the rules. That's on you. That's the first thing I do every single time before I just started this stream, because we was on this screen when I started the stream. Read the rules. Right, this is the tyres, this is the fuel, this is what we got to do. Okay, that's fine. So it's very, very silly to not read them, but there we go, each to their own. Well, I've selected the hard tyres, that's fine. 20 seconds to go before we start to match. I could have gone out and done another lap, but I'm not too fussed. We'll probably do this one, and then there might be about a 10 or 12 minute break after this before we move over to the second lot of races. We'll do around Dragon Trail, which is not a great circuit. I think it's a generic circuit on the coast of Croatia, apparently. I don't know if they've got a circuit out there, It's certainly, Gran Turismo uses a lot of real life circuits and a lot of made up ones as well. Okay, so we're in a fully A rated safety lobby now, so we're coming up some quicker and cleaner guys. We start P14. Okay, that's fine. I was expected to be down there. I don't think there's anyone here that I recognise from the last race. Guy behind me, agreeable debt. Yeah, that's a mood. Most do it for GTR 16. There's an Epsom NSX down in 17. That's a car you don't see a lot of. The Tom's RCF, Rayburg NSX, 2 Toms, but the rest are all the 2016 GTR. You'll find in quite a few of these races that there is one dominant car, even though BOP, balance of performance, is in effect. All the cars are supposed to be as equal as possible. There's always usually one car that is dominant more than the others. We saw there in the Group B, there's quite a few different cars there that seem to be quite popular, at least. But in here it certainly seems to be the 2016 car. So double check we are on the hard tyres. We are. Our settings, we don't really need to look at that. Let's see, BOP is on, so I can't change any of the settings, which is fine. I'm okay with that because it pretty much comes down to how good you are as a driver. Everyone can put a trick setup on and be super quick, but when everyone's sort of in equal cars or equal-ish cars, it really does come down to your own skill, which I prefer. Okay then, here we go. Pretty much a full grid, I think. For our second go at the Red Bull Ring. Starting in at least P14, unless anyone's left the lobby between now and this. Yep, they have, P13. So there's only 19 of us. If we can get a P4 out of this race again, I'll be very surprised. But we'll give it the good old college try. And we are green flag racing. Well, he apologised by flashing the headlights, hazard lights, but yeah, that was a bit of a rash move. I did see him coming though. Could have sent it up the inside there, but it was too tight of a corner. Oh, our tyres, heavy fuel. Oh, a few people have penalties up ahead. There's a roadblock going into turn 6. Okay, that one completed. We haven't really made any sort of progress. It's all kicking off behind us. What is happening back there? Two guys ahead of me just ran wide. Be surprised if they get another little penalty. Half a second to this guy in front of me though, so from right in his arse coming out of this corner. Wow, I barely touched him. I barely touched him. And I get 2 seconds. Title of the stream tells you everything. Oh, he's rage quit. Yeah, there's another penalty zone just after these double left-handers, so I think I'll probably serve it there. And to be honest, I'd rather get rid of this penalty as soon as. Yep, it's telling me I'm going to serve it. I'm going to stay on the racing line. Usually I'll get off it to allow people an opportunity to get past, but I need to be on the racing line because the corner is just here. Push me down to P11. Long way to go, but not a good start. These two are really scrapping ahead of me. Okay, P9. Slowly moving up. Again, we'll pit at the end of lap 6, get off the hard tyres, move on to the mediums. Hopefully we'll find ourselves in a bit of clean air. Get a bit of understeer following someone quite closely through them final 2 corners. 24.9 is probably my first proper lap. He's hit the inside curve, that's probably going to be a time penalty. And he's indicating to me to go right. Okay. Oh, and P7 spun. Just think about GTSport, of all the online races and lobbies and everything like that, you do find the most cleanest, certainly my experience, most cleanest and courteous drivers on this game. Of course, the competizione is pretty good because it, you know, you take someone out of the race, it really hammers your rating. F1 2020, the less said about sprint lobbies in that, the better. It's basically you go in there and, you know, I enter some lobbies and immediately just want to die. But on here, you will see people do that. If everything's slow and you can see you're going to pass, well, I'll tell you to go right and I'll make it easy for you. And some people will apologise if they make a mistake. This guy's off the road behind me. He's probably going to get a time penalty for that. Hope the inside. He's giving me a love tap. And he's spun. Because he's been punted by the Italian who has a 3-second penalty. That was quite easy to work out. So I should be able to stay ahead of him. He'll then fall a long way behind me. I mean, I can focus on running around in P7 for another lap until I pit for the mediums. Then see if we can do anything about the top 6. So it's going to drop like a stone now. So a 3-second gap to the car behind. You can forget about them. There's a 3-car train up ahead. 6th, 5th and 4th, that is the target. Certainly if they start battling, which it looks like they're doing, 2 of them are side by side running up the hill. That will slow them all down, allow me to catch up a little bit, and we'll be pitting at the end of this lap. Keep fighting, guys. I'm already catching you in this lap alone. Cool. What we need now is some clean air, and not that lot ahead of me fighting. Very close to P5 all of a sudden. Come on, get out of the way. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Dude, just give me the space. Oh my god. Got penalties aplenty here. Up to P4. Oh, I've gone deep. That Italian is quick. I remember he had a 3-second penalty a few laps ago. Now he's on my arse. In fact, if it wasn't for his penalty, he would have been ahead of me. Now, maybe because he hasn't pitted yet. I'm not too sure. Sniff a podium. And it will be a podium. Adam Pitts. That's just the Italian, so I was right. He just got ahead of me because I pitted. That's late. Just a full second to the car behind. I don't know what tyres he's on either. I'm going to guess hards, but... Oh, come on. Okay, that helps me a little bit. Three to go. New personal best somehow. Pretty sure we can do a 1 minute 23. Catching the guy in second, but he's over 2 seconds away, 10 seconds away, so it's not going to happen. Yellow flag. And the leader's changed, so I think the leader has had a spin. Only a tenth off the fastest lap. Lap and a half to go. Pretty comfortable here now in P3. So it'll be our second podium in 2 races. First one was from P8. This race was from P13, so up 10 positions. Vorta Racing with a comment. And give me a few seconds to get onto a straight and I will read that for you, my friend. As I'm busy trying not to crash. Hello Alex, first time I found your stream. How is the penalty system acting so far? Yes, the penalty system on this game is it's a love-hate relationship, and to be honest with you, it's more hate than anything else. I'm not the only one to criticise it. Bigger YouTubers than me. Christ, I've only got 20 odd subscribers. I've turned around and said it is pretty bad, to be honest with you. You can get hit up the rear from someone out breaking themselves, and you can end up with a penalty. Track extending here as well, it can be a bit unfair. You could just about have two wheels on the white line and the game is like, yep, half a second or 1 second penalty. And when you make contact with other cars, as I did, as I'm about to go deep here, so this could be an interesting one. No, we've managed to just about keep it on the track. I gave someone a love tap earlier and literally maybe pushed him a teeny tiny bit wide, and he gave me a 2 second penalty. To be honest, the guy that I touched didn't lose 2 seconds. So it's not the worst it's ever been, don't get me wrong, but it is still pretty bad. I mean, you could say, well then, you know, be clean, you won't get a penalty. It's not as easy as that, because if someone hits you and you get the penalty for it, it's sort of a what the fuck, you know, what have I been given this for? So it's not the worst it's ever been, but it's still pretty frustrating, especially when you pick up a penalty for something that is completely not your fault. So a couple of corners to go. P3, nice and safe P3 as well. Pretty good race as well. So 2 podiums in 2 races, not a bad way to start the stream. Into and out the final corner. Don't pick up a penalty now, that'd be stupid. Flash the old headlights, why not? Over to the pit wall. And it will stay a P3 as well. The top 2 were good boys and didn't pick up a 1 minute time penalty for not reading the rules before this race. So yeah, pretty good race, I thought. We held our own now. It got a bit mad there in the middle part of the race when I'd already made my pit stop, and then I came out against a few slower guys, and then there was people coming to pits as well. And that back there in that race, when I was sort of being nudged onto the grass a little bit and stuck behind the guy in front, that could have easily been a penalty to me. That's what I mean about the penalty system. That could have easily been a penalty for me, even though I'm the one being nudged off the circuit, which is a bit unfair, but there we go. I mean, it's not the worst this penalty system has been. My God, it has been a hell of a lot worse than this. It got to a point, I think, maybe about a year ago, where the game was unplayable. The penalty system was that bad, and it wasn't a case of you were getting hit with, you know, a half a second or 1 second or 2 second penalty. It was a case of someone would hit you off the circuit, you then go into the barrier, they carry on, you lose 10-12 seconds recovering to the track, and then the game's like 10-second penalty. It was as bad as that, which was absolutely ridiculous. So fastest lap of that race was a 22.843. We did a 23.2, which is nice. We've now got about a quarter of an hour before we go over to the B Group 3 races, race B. Not too sure what car I'm going to use for this, but I'm glad there's a bit of time there that we can actually do a bit of practice, a bit of qualifying. Because in these races, because they're 5 laps, you start at the back, you're going to be finishing at the back. So your grid position is quite important. My God, there is a lot of difference in here. The 458 Italia, even though it's the fastest, well, it's set the fastest time by this guy, Monaco, I don't think that's the car to go for. The Evo could be a good one. I try and stay away from these GT Vision concept cars because they're not real cars. The RS01 could be a good shout. I do have one of them. The Corvette, I don't really drive it too much. The R8 could be a good shout. So we'll have a quick look. Race entry, yeah. What have we got? We've got the V12 Vantage. That won't be good around here. The 911 RSR for me could be okay. That's usually quite good around this circuit. There's my R8. There's my 458 Italia. There's my Evo. There's my RS01 in a Caterham livery. I'm not 100% sure what one to tackle. I don't think a four-wheel drive car around here is going to be good for me, so that takes the Evo out of it. In fact, no, the Group 3 car is rear-wheel drive. I think they're all mid-engined or rear-wheel driven. So yeah, the RS01. I'm looking at the R8 or the RS01, and I think we might go with the R8 because it feels a bit more balanced, if that sort of makes a bit of sense. Like, it's not a bit snap happy like the RS01 is. It can be a very difficult car to drive. The 458 Italia is slow, I think, in a straight line. And there's a lot of directional changes on this circuit as well, some slow and medium, so you kind of want the car to be a bit planted. So we'll enter the time trial with the R8. Jamie, nice bro, watch both races, get in. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, 2 podiums so far. It's going to be a bit difficult now going into this, only 5 laps. And Auto Racing update coming this week. Hopefully they change it for the better. Great race and commentary. Going to subscribe. Thank you very much. Yes, do feel free to put a like and a subscribe in there. I'm a teeny tiny YouTuber, don't get me wrong. But yeah, if you do like what you see, then do feel... then please do like and subscribe. It tells me that I'm doing something right anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Update coming this week. Hopefully they change it. Yep, hopefully they do. But like I said, I spend more time now on F1 and Assetto Corsa Competizione, primarily because of the league racing and the endurance races I do on that. I don't really play those games sort of offline. They're not that great, but they are very, very good for online. But GTSport as well. I rarely play it, but I've got a bit of free time this morning, so why not give it a bit of a go again. So I've got a few people on my friends list that have already been on this game this morning. But we will, the tyres is the medium, racing mediums, that's fine. For the top 10s, the 458 Italia is still up there. A couple of R8s, which is what I have selected. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting close to these guys. A guy with an E driver rating has set the 8th fastest time. That's a bit mad. You don't really see that too often. Don't really know what to aim for. Just have a go, really. Just get out there and do some laps. Oh. Don't drink and drive, kids. I'm old enough to do it. Trying to work out if this is clockwise or anti-clockwise. There's my AI car coming at the final corner, going onto the main straight. I think this is the I think it's the clockwise version, because a lot of these tracks can be run in 2 different directions, and it is Dragon Trail Gardens. Usually they have Gardens 2 next to it, which means the anti-clockwise. So if this is the clockwise version of Auto Racing, ACC is my favourite. Yeah, it's got a lot better. At first, when the game came out, I think about 7-8 months ago or something, I couldn't, for whatever reason, play multiplayer. As soon as I went onto multiplayer, it would crash the game. So I was a bit like, I'm not really interested in playing a game that crashes. So I left it for a couple of months. Then it had a few updates, went back onto it, and I've got really, really into it. And it's, I like games that are more sim-based rather than arcade-based. You'll never see me playing things like Project Cars 3. For example, which has sort of gone backwards a little bit. Project Cars 2 was a great game, I thought, put loads of hours into it. Project Cars 3 for me was just, I haven't played it, but I've seen enough footage to know I won't like it. And the grid version, the grid games, Grid Ultra Sport and all that Codemasters also release. They do the F1 games. Again, that's too arcadey for me, but Grid doesn't hide the fact. Grid games from Codemasters says it is an arcade game, not a sim game. So if a game comes, a racing game comes out and says we are an arcade game, not a sim game, then fair enough. But when you try to be a sim game but it's not, a bit disappointing for me. And I like the realism and the realistic stuff behind it, which is why I do like ACC and I do like GTSport, and I have been playing iRacing in the last few months, although very sporadically, until I get a proper sort of wheel and monitor and PC setup, which hopefully will be sometime in the near future. And then hopefully you'll be seeing some more iRacing footage as well, because that's a really cool game and I've already had some good results on that. But for now, I'll stick to GTSport and ACC. So 10 minutes left. You're probably getting a bit bored of me chatting. Might as well get out on circuit. So the fastest times were high 28, low 29. I think we'll just get out there for the first lap. And see what we can do. Anyway, that was a mess straight away. Yeah, first gear, that's a lie through there, definitely second. Fanatec. If you're asking what I'm running at the moment, believe it or not, I'm on a pad. I'm on a controller. I'm using manual gearing. I'm using the analog sticks to accelerate, brake and steer, and I'm using the trigger buttons, R2 and L2, to change gear. So, like a flappy paddle gearbox, if that makes sense. What I'll be looking at going forward will be probably a Fanatec setup, or starting small with a Logitech G29. You can pick up a wheel and pedal and stand set for the best part of 300 quid brand new, which is very cheap. And to be honest, pretty much everyone starts on a Logitech because it is so cheap and it is reliable and it does the job. Fanatec, I mean, even a wheel and a pedal set, you're looking at about 600-700 quid, £1,000 in total when it comes to a stand. But I think it'll be a Logitech G29 to start off with. See how I feel on that, and then upgrade as you go along, which is what most people do. You've got to walk before you can run. 34.8. You can go quicker than that. I don't like that sequence. Pretty sure we're now a decent lap. We can get into a very low 33. Oh, 32.9. Not bad. Oh, that's a mess. That was better through there though. Half a second up. I mean, I'll blow it all away. It would have been good through that if I didn't run wide a little bit, but we're going to be 7 tenths up again. So it's a low 32. We could definitely get in the 31s here. Absolutely. Those 3 corners are really testing my patience. Come on. 2 laps left. That's a bad exit. Of a second up. Aye, 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 aye. It was okay. Okay, that was better. Lost a bit of time there, but we should be half a second up. 31.741. Okay, not bad. You can see our first lap was a 34.8, we got it down to a 31.7. Could probably do a low 31, like, in this car only the best I could probably do if I know every corner, every apex would be a low 31. So about 2.5 seconds off of the, about 3 seconds off the ultimate pace at the moment. I could be about 2.5. So it puts me P4. P4 out of 16. Lux Mark down in P11. I know him, not personally, but I have raced against him, I think, all the way back on F1 2016, and he is on my friends list. So he'll probably be a bit upset to see I'm 1.6 seconds quicker than him. Everyone's an A rated, B rated, B, A rated, apart from Lux, who's C rated. Okay, P4. I wasn't expected to be that high. That's cool. I'll take it though. Let's see if he remembers me. Nice to see you again. See if he remembers me. He'd probably be like, who's that? Because I have had a name change in the last few years. He's saying something. This is either going to be something like, oh my god, or who are you? Used to commentate on him back on F1 2016 and used to race against him as well. Pretty sure he used to be a young lad. I'm on about the age of about 14, 15. Yeah, you too. Wasn't sure if it was you. Yep, he knows me. Yep. Yep, there you go. He does remember me. That was 5 years ago. My god. P4 out of 16. Can we keep the podium run going? I think there's a chance of it. Yeah, I am. Now flash your headlights, just in case you don't know what P4 looks like on the grid. There's a mix of everything in this race. Which is quite cool, actually. I don't mind it when, you know, there's a bit of everything. Makes a change from everyone going for the same car. Okay, 5 laps. Second penalty for that guy for something. I've got a Porsche up my arse. An Evo ahead of me. I'm not going to have to defend. I won't. And the Porsche decides to not go for it because this hairpin's a wide entry in. That guy in P2 is in a, I think it's a Supra. Oh, more contact. This is going to end in tears between the two of them. It's allowing the leader to fuck off. Oh, he's left the door open. Okay, I'll have a look. I wasn't really going to go for it. I was just trying to like put him off a little bit, but he left it open for me. We was both a bit hesitant, and that's now absolutely brought a few other cars around. They're all fighting really badly back there. Can't allow, whoa, too much curb. Can't allow this guy in P2 to disappear because he has that penalty. That's going to hurt me. This Dutch guy's a bit mad. And a Red Bull livery as well. If I didn't hit that inside curve, it would have been P2 by now. Oh, we're one wide. Don't give me a time penalty for that. We've got an old school McLaren ahead of us. That'll be quick in a straight line, but shite in the corners. He's defended the inside as well, which is a bit weird. I've run wide. Hello, Porsche. This is a close race. Oh, this is going to get messy up here. There's Dutch bloke involved again. And now I'm being bullied. What's going on here? That's what I mean about the penalty system right there. Okay, he bullied me a little bit, but he didn't really, like, cause me to go off the circuit or anything like that. And he's been given a 2-second time penalty for making contact with me, which is a bit harsh because I clearly haven't lost 2 seconds. The Dutch guy's spun and the Porsche or McLaren's got into him. I've managed to sort out my problems with that those 3 corners back there. Oh, too much curb on the inside. Hold the throttle, hold the throttle. Go, go, go. Podium's still on here. Absolutely. Oh, we're going to get a run here. Look at this. Look at this. Dude! Yeah, fuck you. Okay, we've got to hunt down this McLaren now. It won't be easy. Oh, especially if I get dive bombed by the Merc. And he's just going to turn in on me, yeah. That was a good line through there. I'm enjoying this race, don't get me wrong. We're up and down the order like a yo-yo, but I am actually enjoying it. Oh, that's late from both of us. Come on, slipstream from the Merc, work with me here. This Porsche shouldn't be faster than me in a straight line, man. Do I be brave? Hold it. I'm going to hold it. I'm still there, dude. Give me the space, thank you. And he backs out of it as well. Oh my god, the car snapped. That's put me massively in trouble here because I'm going to be slow. Yeah. The car just snapped on me. Oh, we're P6, come on! Porsche's a little wide. Do I send it? Yeah! The noises I make. Sorry, bro. I had to. No shame. P5. Oh, we shot our best lap at the end as well. How does that work out? Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, we went backwards by 1 position. If it wasn't for smashing that sausage curb, I think lap 2, I would have been in P2. And then the rest of us were just left to battle. Very close. Top 10 separated by 13 seconds. That was fun, that. when it's all different cars like that, and some cars are stronger in some areas compared to others. Like McLaren's very strong in the straight line, but in the corners it's not as good. We had a clean race apparently. I don't know how that happened. Penalty system, I don't know. Apparently that was a clean race, but I made contact with a few people. But no, that was really, really fun. Definitely do a couple more of these. So where did my mate finish? Lux at the back of the field. Unfortunate for him. And immediately leaves the session. I don't think he said anything else, did he? No, fair enough. Might come across him again, because you usually get matched with people in your area, as well as obviously relative skill level. You can see there on the right hand side we're now an S rated in safety rating. So the next time we do this race in about 5 or 6 minutes, we will hopefully be paired with BS rated drivers. Hopefully it's not bullshit, but yeah. But no, it's cool, good race. Nothing anyone's said anything. Oh, hello. That was fun. Yeah, fair enough, it was. Yeah, it was fun. That was a good race. Thanks for the race. Yeah, cool. Yep. So, do we stick with the Audi, or do we try something else? I've got used to driving the Audi. That's the thing. Once I get used to driving a certain car on a certain track, I don't want to change. Even if I did change, it would find me a bit of extra time. So 29.3 is the 10th slowest of the quickest drivers. And we did a 31.7. I could go again and probably get a... I mean, Lewis there did a 30.1. I won't get close to that. I mean, the best we could probably do is a low 31, a 31.2, maybe even a 31.1 if we had the ultimate of lap times. But I'm pretty comfortable starting where I am. And I think we'll choose the R8 again. Oh, I don't know. Is there anything else out there we could... I mean, I was looking at the RSO one, but I think it's just going to be a bit too twitch happier. Certainly in that left, right, left sequence and the 4 right-handers towards the end of the lap. I struggled there with the R8. Pretty much nailed it later on in the race. Because practice makes perfect, and if we did it the RS, I'm basically resetting myself. I'll have to go out there and do several laps like I did to get used to it before the race. Haven't got enough time for that because these races do come thick and fast. I'm not interested in the 458 Italia at all. The Huracan is an awful car to drive. The Evo, not a fan of it, to be honest. These three will not be good round here. The Supra, I don't think will be good round here. We saw that Dutch guy have a lot of trouble with his Supra. The RSR is my go-to car. For example, if you sort by distance driven, bang, look at that, I've done nearly 6,000 miles in the RSR, and the next closest to that is the R8, which is just clocked over 1,000 miles. Same for the 458 Italia. Nothing else is in the 1,000. In fact, these down here are very, very low. So that tells you how often I use the RSR and how much I know that car. But don't feel comfortable using it. The Vantage will be pretty crap around here because it is a bit of a heavy dog. So we will stick with just double check if I did choose the R8. I have, that's fine. So that is the one that we will use again. We've got a qualifying time trial, but I won't go out there. I'll just relax for a few minutes here. I'll probably do this and another one, and that will take me up to just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I do need to go to bed at some point because I'm working tonight. But if I'm having a lot of fun on these, then I might do a couple more. And for anyone watching, a like and subscribe would be nice if you enjoy what you see. Again, I'm not in this for anything other than just rambling on for a few hours every now and again and putting in some half-decent races at the time. We've done okay so far. First race with the Group 2 cars at Red Bull Ring. We started in P8, finished in 3rd. The second one, when we moved up a safety rating, we started in P13, finished 3rd again. And in the first race here, started 4th, but finished 5th, which wasn't great, but had a really, really fun race. And I'm not in it. I don't want to win every single race. You know, I'd rather have a race, just the one that we just had now. I'd rather have that than pole and win with no sort of battling, no fighting, no action, because that's just boring to me, you know, because you don't really get much out of this by winning every single race other than being an SS rated driver, which puts you in tougher lobbies. You know, the better your rating, the more tougher of a lobby you're going to be in. I am, to be honest, I spend most of my time BS, So driver rating B and safety rating S. But I have spent quite a lot of time as an AS rated driver. Above that you've got A star and then SS, which you can only get if you finish in a specific like top 20 or top 30 in your nation after doing a Gran Turismo Championship. So the SS rated drivers are the best of the best, and there's very, very few of them. There's a lot of A star rated drivers out there, a lot of A rated drivers, a hell of a lot of B rated drivers, and this is where I feel more comfortable, because in an AS rated lobby I could put in the best qualifying time of my life. I'll be 14th on the grid. Here I've done a decent lap, could probably improve, and we started P4. So the BS rated lobbies, as much as BS stands for bullshit, does give me the best racing, penalty system aside. So just under 3 minutes to go. We won't be going out there. We'll start with the qualifying time of a 31.741. Might have someone on our friends list there in the same races as if they're still on. It's been a while since I've done GTSport, and I think as we sit here for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to take a very, very quick restroom break, and I'll be back with you for the grid formation. So yeah, going to stick with the R8. I'm definitely probably going to do, well, I'm definitely doing this race, obviously, it wouldn't be in lobby otherwise. And I'll probably do another one after this as well, which will take me up to 2 o'clock. I'm a night shift worker. I'm due into work tonight at 10 o'clock, which is why this stream is starting a little later, because usually in past GTSport streams, and the last one I did was the best part of 4 months ago, I'd be on bang on 8 o'clock in the morning, because 8 o'clock in the morning in UK terms is when the daily races get rotated for that week. A bit weird. They're weekly races, not daily races, but whatever. They used to be daily races. At the very beginning, they used to be daily races. As we now prepare to match, see where we are on the grid. I'm expecting, I'll be surprised if I'm 8-4 above, to be honest, because we are now in an AS rated lobby. I'm 7th, okay, 7th. There's still quite a lot of B rated drivers in here. In fact, there's most of them are B rated, but everyone is on S safety rating. There's a few D's down there. They are at the back of the field, and they are going to remain at the back of the field. As you can see there, the guy in 11th, BS rated driver, 33.1. The guy behind him, DS, 36.8. 3.7 seconds off the pace. So you can forget about those guys at the back. They're not going to be challenging us. It's going to be, yeah, it could be a good one, this. 30.0 is the fastest one. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm a night worker. So I've got to go to bed for a few hours at some point. So once my eyes start closing a little bit whilst driving, I'll probably call quits on the stream. But so far I'm still awake. I'm still enjoying it. So P7 on the grid then. Let's have a look at the cars around us. What button do I have to press? I have to press that, don't I? So we've got an RCZ, Peugeot RCZ on pole, a VW Beetle in second, we've got a GT car by Citroen in third, an AMG Mercedes in fourth, a Porsche 911 in fifth, Ferrari in sixth, an Audi in seventh, and then another Beetle in eighth. So the top 8 cars, 6 of them are the same. 7 of them, actually. Sorry, not the same, but different. That's what I'm looking for. So there's a real mix of the grid there. We've got a couple of 458 Italias further down because people have looked at the qualifying times and been, oh, 458's the fastest. Not necessarily so. It's the fastest 4-out driver. You shouldn't look at that too much. You should only really pay attention to it when the entire top 10, like the Daily Race C, is the same car. Then you'd be like, right, that's obviously the fastest one. When you go on this one and you see 8 of the top 10 are different cars, then it comes down to your own preference and driving style. Don't always go for the quickest car because that's set up for that person. It might be horrendous for you. So here we go then, mid-pack here at Track and Trail again for our second race. Varying cars, nice livery there on the Peugeot, and there's me just in the background there. So the advantage just starting this far up is that we'll be starting the race in a straight line. The guys further back in about 13th, 14th, 15th will be probably exiting the final corner. So I've got a VW Beetle and a couple of Ferraris behind me. And race 2 starts. So far so good. We haven't gained or lost anything in terms of position and time. That'll all change out. Ferrari's back there fighting amongst themselves. The Beetle's sticking with me, so it looks like the top 8 are going to form a little bit of a breakaway here. So patient with the throttle through that third kink. Tuck into the slipstream. Beetle's up my arse. That one completed. Remain where he started. A bit more sweaty this one. Not too many mistakes happening. Oh, contact between the Porsche and the Ferrari there. It's going to bring me into play. What do I do here? Bouncing off the limiter. This Ferrari is looking a bit lively. Ah, too much curb. It's going to hurt me. Where's the Beetle? Not too far back. Oh, this is a sweaty race. Cockpit view. God, the Ferrari clattered that curb. He's spinning, spinning, spinning. And the Porsche had to lift off, and that's given me an opportunity up the inside. Purposely went a little early on the brakes there. Keeping the Porsche on the outside. Don't try it. Oh, bye Porsche. Position 5, ahead of the Irishman, Fionn McCool. Okay, absolutely nothing I can do about the top 4. I've no time, 3 seconds, 2 laps to go. It's all about trying to keep this P5. There's no one behind him either. There's a guy ahead though that does have a time penalty. Now I don't know how much. It'd have to be something pretty substantial to bring me and the Irishman into it, but I've had a poor line through that. Just going to give the guy behind me a bit of a run down into the hairpin. Might have to defend the inside here. Here he is in the radar. I hug the middle of the track and he's going for it. Yeah, fair enough. I positioned my car badly coming out of the previous couple of corners, so Beetle, man, it just sounds like angry wasps in a jar, doesn't it? I'm looking behind here just to see if we're quicker. We are. We're just up the inside here. Thank you for keeping it clean, buddy. Oh, oh mate, I am so sorry. I don't think I did anything wrong. I'm stuck on the inside. Like, what can I do? I can't exactly just like not turn in. I have to turn in, but at such an acute angle with that sausage curve there being so looming and dangerous. It's not like I could just get out of the way. And I think maybe he might have tagged me, and that's what sent him into the spin. That's left me on my own in P5. If someone ahead of me completely shits himself, it's going to be P5. Oh, this bloke behind us crept up on me. Looks like a 458. Unless I completely fluffed me exit here, he's not got a chance of catching and passing me. Okay, so we found a couple of positions. Lockdown Sausage with the fastest lap with a 29.996. We only managed to do a 32.1. Lockdown Sausage. Now, if that's not the best name to reflect the last year or so in the UK, then I don't know what is. The Irishman was P9 in the end. I do feel bad for that, but I'm not going to say anything because he could see I was in trouble. So why hang it around my outside when I had such a tight line going into the left-hander? Yeah, we'll just do a back approach now. Because yeah, I mean, he should have hung out a little bit wider and then got me on the cutback, because my exit from that corner would have been absolutely horrendous. So that's on him. I'm sorry. That's bad car positioning. Clean race. 2 in a row. Again, not too sure how we managed that, but I'll take it. So far, we're not doing too bad. We're having a good time here. Still BS rated driver as well. I'll just hang around just to see if this Irish bloke does say anything, like if he has a go at me or says, oh, don't worry about it, and he's saying something. We always hang around when it's Fionn McCall. Well done. Is that sarcasm? He's saying something else. I think that's sarcasm. That was some clean driving. Thanks for the clean race. I'll be nice and say thank you. Let's play again sometime. But I think that's slight sarcasm there. But anyway, we'll back out. So we've got 6-7 minutes before the next Group 3 race. We have a race A that we can maybe attempt. So this is Sardinia Road Track C, a very short circuit. Specially provided car. Oh, I don't like that. What is the specially provided? Oh, God. So we got a Clio RS 220 Trophy, a Golf Mark 7 GTI, a 2.8 GTI, and a Citroen DS3. Oh God, these are awful cars. I'm going to reckon that the DS3 is probably the best. I know my shit French hatchbacks. I don't know. I mean, maybe we're going to do another one of these for definite. That'll take us to about 2:05 in the next race here. I don't know really. I think they're going to... I don't want to have to wait 15 minutes to do one of these. I'd rather just stick with the Group 3 cars. And we will stick with the Audi as well. I'm comfortable with the Audi. We'll have a look. We've got a few minutes, so we'll back out of this. Obviously, I've done the daily mileage challenge, so we now get the opportunity to see what daily car we've got. What the hell is that? That's a F1000 up there. Looks like a TVR as well, and it's a Peugeot RCZ Group 3 car. It is. Oh, that's definitely the 87th time I've won that. So I'll have a look at my stats at the moment. I remember before I came on this morning, I did see that I was just inside the B rating. And it has gone up a little bit. It was very nice. It was literally down to just about here, and it shot up a little bit there. Sportsmanship rating still in an S. Everything else, life log, what I do, some of the pictures I've put up in time. I've got an orange Arrows liveried Renault. A few other ones there as well. Achievements though, most of these have been completed. Basically the only thing left I've got to do is obviously have consecutive clean races. 15, difficult with the penalty system at the moment, but we're up to 2 at the moment. Leverage created, number of photos, yeah, cars purchased, values of cars, because I usually win cars. Everything else has been done. And then obviously there is my gallery as well of some nice shots. There's some here I do really like. I like the multi-car ones. So for example, Autopolis there, we've got a Porsche 911, a Renault RS01 and a Ferrari 458 coming out the pits in the background. But we won't worry about my escapes because they don't really mean anything. Actually, we're back out of this quickly. Oh, no, do that. We'll go to the garage. We'll have a look to see if we've got any more liveries available for the Audi. Because I'm a bit of a livery whore. So we'll have a look at the collection. We've got quite a few in here. All Red Bull liveries. Okay, they're all Red Bull liveries. So you've got this one, it looks pretty generic. This one, quite high on the sponsor side of things. That one doesn't look too great. We've got one with a lot of yellow on it. We'll choose that one. We'll have a livery change, why not? Honestly, some of the skill that some of these guys can do with liveries is insane. So we'll take on a new Audi. A new Audi Red Bull livery. Very yellow, isn't it? Very bright. Yellow headlights as well, as you can see. Yep, that's fine. We'll take that one. and we'll head back into the sports section and go back into race B. Any more new lap times on here? No, pretty much still the same. Cool. We'll jump in. Why not give it a quick go? So yeah, it's been good so far. We've had 2 very good races in the Group 2 section, if you like, with 2 podiums. Although one of them, I think the first one was a bit lucky because the guy who won the race decided to not pit for 2 different compounds. So unlucky for him. And so far it's been challenging with these ones. I feel quite comfortable, but obviously a little bit more sweaty, and mistakes are few and far between. 5 laps, you won't see many people make too many mistakes because they know how important it is. You spin off, hit the wall. We saw a couple of people do it in the last race, and you see they finished down 9th or 10th when they were probably odds on for a top 5. In a longer race, you can sort of recover that with other people making mistakes. But in a 5-lap race, certainly when a lap is only about 1.5 minutes long, and you make a big mistake, your race is pretty much over and done with. Ooh, open up another drink, why not? So we'll get out of there for a little bit, show the new livery off. We'll do a lap, we'll give it a B's. I'll be very surprised if we manage to improve. Yeah, lights are yellow. I don't know, there might be an outside chance of actually improving our lap time, because I've done a couple of races now since I did the qualifying times, and obviously I've managed to sort of nail the tricky points. Running wide in the hairpin like that won't help. If we improved, I'd laugh so hard. Didn't feel like too bad of a lap, to be honest. 31.714, 8.69, just a 10th off. Well, I'm preparing to match, so obviously I won't be able to finish this lap. Not a bad livery, bit vibrant, bit wild. I had a phase of going through, the reason why I have Red Bull liveries on most of my cars is I had a phase of going through like any car I was preparing to drive, I'd go on there straight away and it'd be like, right, Red Bull livery, and I had probably 40 or 50 cars that I'd use on the regular that all had Red Bull liveries. Looked a bit mad. Now I'm sort of going towards having F1 liveries or F1 inspired liveries or real racing liveries on my cars, but there's still a few Red Bull liveries out there for the cars that I haven't used too much in the past, including this one. So P8 on the grid, 31.7, a full second behind the guy on pole. And again, we've got an M6 GT3 up there, we've got an RX GT3 Mazda, an AMG, an RCF, which is a Toyota RCF, I'm not 100% sure. An ML3 racing car. We've got an Evo in 5th. We've got a V12 Vantage, which I didn't think would be too good around here. That's in 6th. Another Evo in 7th. Ourselves in 8th. A Subaru WRX in 9th. That is definitely a car I didn't expect to see here and a 911 RSR in 10th, another Vantage, an AMG, another Porsche, RCF, a Corvette and an NSX. So again, that's why I quite enjoy these races, because you do have a varied amount of cars. There's probably 10 or 11 different cars in a field of 16. Everyone is a BS rated driver as well. 30.7 was the fastest, 15th did a 34.4, and we are there in P8, a 10th away from 7th. If we found 3 tenths, would be 5th. We've got the WRX just behind us, so this could be a close race. Very Brit heavy, this lobby as well. 6 of the 16 hail from the United Kingdom. So P8 I think is the lowest we've started so far. Could be wrong, we might have been P8 in the last race. This competition heats up a little bit. More and more people come on for the new daily races. More and more people set lap times. More and more people will be quicker than you. Here we go then. Race 3 of daily race Bs. WRX behind me, and Evo in front of me. Didn't think I'd see that. They'll be good in the corners. So far, so calm. But we know that won't last forever. Ah, too much curb. Subaru! Oh, that was a bad curb hop. Oh, we'll block you. Don't try it. Mad bastard. Yellow flag. Something's in the wall. This guy's made a mistake. Oh, I downshifted too early there. Spun the rears. Come on, focus. The whine from that Citroen behind me. Where are you going, son? This isn't rallycross, bro. They're fighting up ahead. A really nice sequence of corners that, but we're stuck in the middle of no man's land at the moment. Oh, that's not good. There's 3 or 4 cars ahead, very close together, so I'm hoping they start battling and it'll allow me to catch up a little bit. 2 laps to go, 31.9, only 6 tenths off the best fastest lap at the moment, which is set by the guy in 3rd. Actually, it's usually the leader. They are battling quite badly, actually. Purple in sector 1. Just like that, we're back with them. Oh, that's Subaru. That's the easiest 2 positions I'll ever make. On a lap. Understeer through that. Subaru's disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. Bush goes deep, gives me half a chance, but I don't think we're going to be close enough unless he makes a mistake. It's going to be a P6 at the finish, boys. I'll take it. That was a fast lobby, that. Ooh, had to work for that. P6, not bad, not bad. I'll take it. I think looking at the grid and the times before this race, if you offered me a P6 and a clean race, I would have taken it. But the competition's certainly ramping up now. Another clean race, 3 in a row. And yes, that is the Ferrari overalls and Charles Leclerc's helmet stepping out of a Red Bull liveried car. Bit weird, but whatever. Yep, good race. 31.9 was my fastest, which was 1.1 off of the fastest time. But still a relatively strong race. I was very happy with it. So what's next? What's next? I was tempted to do a Group 2 race as the finale. But we could do another Group 3 race and then go back to Group 2, which will take me up to about 3 o'clock, which is fine because I'm now in the mind of I've got to think about going to bed at some point because I am due to get up about 8 o'clock tonight. I need a few hours sleep to do a shift, but if I finish at 3 o'clock, I won't be asleep until about 5, I reckon. Because I still need to have something to eat, and then up at 8 will give me 3 hours, which is not great. But I think we'll definitely do another Group 3 race at least. So we have just about 5.5 minutes to go with that. I would have done this if it was a better choice of car. This is a very, very short circuit. I've done this particular circuit, the race A1, in Group 3 and Group 2. In fact, I've done it in Group 1 cars, which is basically the LMP1 cars that you'll find in endurance races, Le Mans. So you think of Audi and Toyota, and you could do that lap in something like 44 seconds or something crazy like that. It can be quite a fun race, but I can see that being a bit of a slog. But I'm enjoying the Group 3 and the Group 2 races as well. Were also quite fun. The top 10 stars in that. Still the motor, although the NSX is now up into P2. My lap time still a 24.0, so we could improve on that. But if we do this one again at 10 past, it should be done by about 24 minutes past, and then we can scoot straight over to the Group 2 race and maybe do that as well. So that's what I think we will do. We'll do this one again in the Audi because I'm very comfortable with it. We'll go to the qualifying time trial, and then I will take another short break. I'll be back with you guys obviously in the next couple of minutes. So then, we'll jump out and do a couple more laps. I'm not going to look to improve my qualifying time. I'm just going to talk a little bit about Formula 1. That is the a big boy sport for me. I've been an F1 fan since 1995. In fact, the first race I watched was at Monza in Italy, where Johnny Herbert won in the Benetton Renault. Yes, I know my history. The reason why I talk about F1 right now is that Alfa Romeo, or to put it rightly, the Orlen Alfa Romeo Sauber Motorsports F1 team, and that is a mouthful in itself, for just being the third team this season to reveal their car livery after AlphaTauri and at first McLaren. Very similar, as you would expect, the red and the white, although it has been chopped up a little bit by sponsors, and there's, rather than just bold lines like the AlphaTauri one where it's solid white or solid blue, it's sort of a little bit mixed together. It's a different variation of the last couple of years, but if you saw a pixelated look at it, you'd notice an Alfa Romeo. And it looks very nice, to be honest with you. A lot of people out there are saying it's the best so far. It's hard to disagree, because the Alfa Romeo always had a nice little livery anyway, and they've sort of improved on it a little bit. And the AlphaTauri, I think, it's gone backwards. It would have been better if the blue was white and the white was blue, basically a reverse livery, which someone has actually posted on Twitter a few days ago. And yeah, if they reverse the colours, it looks absolutely fantastic. But now Alfa Romeo with Raikkonen and Giovinazzi again for a second season. We'll be looking to probably beat Haas and Williams. Someone asked me on Twitter, actually, where do you think Alfa Romeo will finish the season? Well, in fact, someone keeps asking me on Twitter, where do you think, whenever a team unveils its livery, where do you think they'll finish? And for me, I said McLaren would be P4, AlphaTauri would be P6, behind Alpine, and Alfa Romeo would be P8, ahead of Haas and the Williams team. So I'm not expecting too much change going into the new season in terms of performance, because obviously everything is sort of on hold until the new rules for next season, which have been delayed due to COVID. But it's a tidy little livery. The front end around the nose cone and the front wing is drastically different from the AlphaTauri and the McLaren that we've already seen so far. And Frederick Vasseur, team principal, has admitted that they've spent a lot of focus on the front of the car to try and do some sort of development work, and they have. It does look a little bit different. And the rear wing as well is held up by two very, very structurally sound components. What I mean by that is the rear wing is obviously connected to the rear of the car, but then also the front of the rear wing is connected to the rear bodywork, and there's two massive pillars connecting it, which is very different to what we've seen before. In aid, of course, of rear downforce, that's why they're there. So I'm optimistic they can have a decent season. They'll be in the points every now and again. But if you think now Alfa Romeo is going to be a top 5 team, I'm sorry to say, but don't place your bets. So coming out of the final corner, we're improving on our previous best, but it's going to be nowhere near our personal best. 32.1, that's fine. I wasn't really interested in improving, and we'll be matching in a few seconds. I'll be expecting again to slip down the order. I wouldn't be surprised if we're outside the top 10. But I'm comfortable with this car, comfortable with the circuit. And this will be the last race we do. I'll make a decision after this race if I feel awake enough to do another Group 2 race in the Daily Race C, which will take us up to about 3 o'clock. And we are indeed outside the top 10 now. We're down in 12th. So what have we got around us? Everyone's BS rated. Okay, that's fine. The grid is very close, actually. 1.8 seconds now separates the 15 drivers that have set a lap time. We've got a Porsche, a Ferrari, a Mercedes, a Porsche, a Toyota, a BMW, a VW, a Citroen, a Corvette, a Chevrolet, and a Mitsubishi, a Peugeot, and then an Audi. So again, a very wild mix of cars from all different nations. A few drivers in here I recognise from the last couple of races. So yeah, this is now getting closer and closer, more sweaty and sweaty, as you would imagine. More and more people come on to the game during the day now that we've got the recent weekly races available. So you find that field spread of where the quickest and the slowest guy are separated by 4 or 5 seconds slowly start to eke down, and you can see there are 30.6 for P1 and a 32.4 for P5. It's 1.8 seconds, less than 2 seconds now. By the end of the week, If you had 16 drivers in this race, all BS rated, you'll find the lap times around about a second from fastest to slowest. At the moment it's 1.8, so we are already getting quite close to that. So what's the target for this race? Well, have another clean race, 4 in a row would be nice. I think we can sneak into the top 10. It's going to be difficult though. Starting back in 12th, I really hope that we're not, you know, it doesn't go green flag racing as we're sort of in the final couple of corners. That would be quite annoying. I think we should be okay. Here we go then, for the third and final Daily Race B. We might do another one in Daily Race C. Depends how I feel after this. Here we go, P12. I'm here. Really, dude? Really? You're gonna do that? Oh, dickhead. You are an awful driver. Dude! Yeah, I knew I'd get a penalty for that. Absolutely knew I'd get a penalty for that. What a fucking idiot. And he's being spun. Thank you. With no positional sense whatsoever. Just saw a gap at every opportunity and thought he'd send it. Now I've got a second penalty to contend with. It's going to hurt me, I think. Getting argy-bargy back here. Always does. They're 3 wide up ahead. Holy fuck. Oh, he decided to move over. Send it. Don't turn in. I'm there, you fucking Jew. No offence to any Jews. Gosh, really aggressive. Oh, someone spun. So I'm back inside the top 10. Didn't really want to overtake there, but if you're going to be that slow, bro, he's going to dive bomb me. I absolutely know it. Called it. This is not good. Ah, no, that's my first big fuck up. Tyres are dirty. Ah, damn it. Absolutely knew you'd dive bomb me there. And then park it on the apex. Give me the Helen Keller drives that car. Where are you going? Where am I going? That's going to be contact. Oh, this is just turning into an absolute bullshit race. Oh, getting back to Group 2. Keep it together. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm losing my sanity with some of the driving back here, though. And I've just been punted. Okay, I've got to beat this guy. Oh, he got a really good exit out of that corner, holy fuck. Oh, too much curve, that might be a penalty. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's not. This is being a scrappy race. As long as I'm within a second of this guy, because penalties get rounded up, I will jump him at the line. But as races go, that was pretty horrendous. P12. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Not good. Not good at all. That's a shame. But at least we'll head back to I will do the Group 2 race. I will absolutely do it. Entertaining if anything. Yeah, well, you know, yeah. I don't like we lost our clean race bonus. I don't like having to fight people like that. It was a good race in terms of entertainment, if you like, but yeah, there's a bit of a madness going on back there. There we go. There's the experience and the prize money, which I don't really care about, to be honest with you. Our lap time, we didn't really ever have a clean lap. We did a 31.7, which is only 3/10 away from the fastest. Oh my god, we were faster than him, and him. So we had pace. We just couldn't get an opportunity to use it. And yeah. Just a bit of a madness that race, wasn't it, really? We're still a BS rated driver, so that's fine. And now we'll move into the Group 2 race, which will be the final race that I'll do on this stream, which will take us up to about 3 hours long. So again, for anyone watching now that wasn't here at the start, I did 2 of these races at the beginning of the stream, then I spent the last hour or so, pretty much hour and a half, I'd say, doing the Group 3 races at Dragon Trail. These are the top 10 stars at the moment at 20.3 to a 20.5. I've done a 24.0, but I can definitely go quicker than that, so we will jump straight into it. Fuel consumption and tyre wear during qualifying is numbered. During the final, or the race, ×2 and ×10. Now, in terms of fuel, ×2 means nothing. It's fine, we finished the race with half a tank of fuel. Tyre wear is a bit of a concern. In the first 2 races, I started the race on the hard tyres. At the end of lap 6, I pitted on both races for the medium tyres. We were a lot quicker. The reason for that is the race details. You have to run both compounds, and if you don't, you get a 1 minute time penalty once you cross the line. And we saw in the second race, which I saw in the first race, the guy that won the race didn't do both compounds, ended up being classified in P12. So you have to run both compounds. The car I've chosen for this is the Motor Alltech GTR 2016 from Nissan, which seems to be, if you look at the qualifying rankings of the top 10 stars, the car to go for. Although there's now 2 people in there with the Ray Brig, but the Alltech GTR seems to be the one to go for. So that is the one that we will choose. We'll get out of it, we'll do a few laps to try and improve our qualifying time, because if I don't, I'm probably going to be starting towards the back, and that's something I don't really want to be doing. So we'll enter it now. And hopefully we can have a good race. The first 2 races I did at the beginning of the stream, we finished P3. The first race, I believe we started something like 8th, and then in the second one we started in 13th, and we picked up podiums both times. So hopefully we can give it a go, although it will be very, very difficult. Superboy, hard for 4 laps. Is that what you're saying? Hard for 4 laps, and then make the change onto the medium tyres. That's 9 laps on the mediums. I wasn't suffering from any grip loss at the end of the 7th lap. I might meet you halfway and pit at the end of lap 5. The reason why I'd start on the hard tyres over the mediums is because the fuel is heavy, and obviously tyre wear, I think, I'd like to, in real life, tyre wear is reduced when you run a lighter car, so I'd like to think that it is a thing on Gran Turismo Sport. That's certainly the way I'm sort of looking at it. Certainly hope so anyway. It's the belief I've had since this game has been out now for a few years. So yeah, I might meet you halfway and go hard for 5 laps. I'm not comfortable doing excuse me, the majority of the race on the medium tyres. Anyway, 24.025 was our previous best quite a while ago. And yes, it's another Red Bull livery car. So it's just going to be a sighter lap for me. But if we can get it relatively close to my best, oh, we won't now, then we can work on that. Because even now, even though these daily races have only been live for about 6-7 hours, it's getting to the point now where the quick guys do get on. And I don't really want to be starting this race back in something like P16, P17. Wind out the final corner. Oh, we are massively going to improve. Holy fuck, 22.6. Wow, I didn't expect to improve. Fastest guys did what, 20.8 was it? Ah, running wide. It's killed the lap. Don't think we'll get an opportunity to finish this one. One bright track. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know what it looks like on stream, but from my POV, it is certainly, yeah, sunglass weather track. Sunglass weather track. Sunglass wearing weather. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my god, we're 4 attempts up and we're going to be matching. Can we finish this lap? Please game be nice. Let me finish the lap, please. We're 4 attempts up. We did 22.290. I'll take that. 120.3 is the fastest so far, so call it how you see it. 2 seconds off the ultimate pace. I'll take that. I'm not a pro driver. Where does that put us on the grid though? This will be interesting. It's P5. Ooh. Ooh. So if we started with a 24.0, we would have been back in P15. Agreeable Debt. He was in here a couple of hours ago. Agreeable Debt in 15th. JP Groot is another driver I recognise. No one else around us. P5. P5 is a good place to start. I'll take that. I will take that. That's good. We'll start on the hard tyres. Simple boy there in the chat. Good lap. Thank you very much. Light a car after 4 laps, so you should be fine. Yes, that's... Yeah, I fully understand that. Don't get me wrong. I get that. As the fuel burns off, tyre wear is reduced. A lighter car, a quicker car, you want to be on the quickest tyres because of it. I totally get that. I just think that, you know, you're looking at 9 laps on a set of mediums when the tyre wear rate is times 10 in these cars. I think could be a little bit strong. I don't know. We'll see where we are at the end of, you know, on lap 4. If there's space around me, I might give your little strategy a go. But this will be the final race on the stream, whatever happens, whether you win or crash out lap 1, well, I will finish the race. So P5, make the change quickly onto the hard tyres, which is going to put me, I think, at a massive disadvantage because everyone around me is going to be starting on the mediums. It's certainly been the common trend that most of the guys start on the mediums and go into the hards at some point in the race. Everyone's BS rated. There's a bit of a field. I mean, there's 1.1 between the top 12, and then there's bigger gaps after that. So it's very close. But we are in a good position here in P5. And it's been good so far. The 2 races we did at the beginning of the stream, we had double podiums in P3s in both. I think the competition is going to be a bit tougher going forward now. Remember, a like and a subscribe would be very helpful. I'm a teeny tiny YouTuber and I do this just for fun. I'm not looking to make any sort of monetary gain from it. I'm not looking to be a YouTuber, if you like. But a like and a subscribe tells me that you've enjoyed the content, which means I'm doing something right. Put the plug out the way. Here we go. Remember, hard tyres were on. A bit of a gap behind so we can focus on what's going on in front of us. I'm going to be convinced that everyone around me is on mediums until otherwise stated when they pit. The understeer is real, following cars. Not bad lap 1 though. Just got to stick with these guys. Ah, wasn't a good line. Typical Red Bull ring race. Doesn't matter what category you're in. Everyone's close together. Oh, that was deep. That's going to hurt me on exit. I'm being punted up the arse. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I've been dive bombed. Stick to a left here. Okay, not the end of the world. More comments coming in. I'll read them when I'm on the straights. It's a tough one to take. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, it's a penalty system. Oh, you broke so early, bro. Fuck! Okay, I'm protected. The guy behind has a penalty, so it's not bad. Yeah, flag. Oh, a guy in P5 has spun, or whatever position he was in. I'll take that position, that's fine by me. Okay, it's lap 4. We're going to go another lap. Try and build some sort of a gap over the cars behind, because we are pulling away from them quite quickly. The guy in front of me has a 5/10 per second penalty. Here, bro. I don't want to be battling you. I want to try and find some. Okay, we're picking it in this lap for the mediums. We're doing the lap 5. So I'm looking at the track map, and I'll come up behind the guy behind me, and maybe the 2 behind him, but to make your strategy work, we've got to come out in clean air. Full send into the pit lane here. We can't fuck about. Okay, here we go. P13, P14, that can't be right, surely. Okay, a little bit of space. P9. Here we go then. Push, push. We started in P5, so the target is to be at least P5. Come on, Frenchie. That was silly from me. That was silly from me. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Shouldn't have gone for it there. You can see P5 ahead of me. This bloke, can you just pick a line, mate, please? Thank you. Second penalty should help me. Okay, all the top guys are in at the moment, but pretty much all of them are going to come out ahead of me. All on hard tyres, so at this point now we just have to fucking just go for it. Come on. Purple sector 2. Never a bad thing to see. Fastest lap. P5 well off the road. He's got to get a time penalty for that, surely. Thank you. I was going to say he's getting so much time over us there. He's not the only one to have a time penalty. 7 seconds separates the top 6. We're on the medium tyres. I'm adamant that most of these guys are on the hards. Come on. 6.5 seconds now to the lead. Fuck me, the top 6 separated so... You've got to get a penalty for that, bro. He was off the track. Again. See the leader. At this point, I just want people to just let me through, basically. Oh, you brake so early! This is when I lose time now. Get him. I'm trying to. Oh, 6 seconds now between the top 6. Come on, Gran Turismo, do me the honours. Give him penalties. He's off the circuit every time when he exits turn 1. Dude, this is killing my podium chances. He's off the track again, come on! I know the penalty system, thank you! I know the penalty system is bullshit in this game, but come on! Every lap, you serious? Okay, we've got to be up his arse and the exit this corner really to make this count, and I am. Fuck off, right. Can we do anything about these guys in front of us? Two seconds. It's coming down. Don't give me a penalty for that. Ah! The guy behind me is pitted. That's killed it. That's killed it. Fuck! Yeah. Need a miracle now. Lost too much time behind that other guy. Oh my god, less than 4 seconds! Less than 4 seconds! Oh. God damn it. Oh, that's good race. It was, yeah, it was a good race. There was too much time behind that guy and a couple of silly penalties as well. Everyone had penalties in that race by the looks of it. But less than 4 seconds behind. It's like frustrating. I'm tempted. I know I said this would be the last one, but I'm tempted to go again. I'm tempted to do another one. The reason why I don't want to is I have to be up at like 8:30 at the absolute latest, which is in like 5.5 hours to go to work and do like a 11-hour shift. And I still need to eat and go to bed and actually fall asleep. So if I do another race, I'll be ending a stream at 3:30. I won't be in bed until probably, I don't know, 4:30 asleep, and then I've got to be up at 8, 8:30 at the latest. But that was such a good race, and if it was a shit race, I'd be like, oh, I'm done now, I'm good, I'm fine. But because that was such a good race, and my safety rating went down a little bit as well, I'm tempted to do this again, because I don't know. Yeah, you see, the thing is, well, simple boy, I'm off. Catch you next time. But no, thank you very much for your advice and everything like that, and the messages during the race. Really appreciated that. Don't get me wrong. It was nice to have someone there alongside me. So thank you very, very much for dropping in with all your comments and all that. That was very, very cool of you. And yeah, take care, bud. And I'll see you for the next one sometime soon. We've got a Dutch guy there saying that was a phenomenal race. Well done. Might as well say to him, yeah, that was a good race. Well, yeah, I am tempted. I don't know. I shouldn't do another one. I shouldn't do another one because I do need to eat. I do need to go to bed, and I've been doing this for nearly 3 hours. I think to be honest, we'll end it on a high because that was a good race. We did everything right, and it was just unfortunate that we had a few penalties and got held up by someone towards the end. The problem I've got now is if I do another race and it's a bad one, I'll be looking to like rectify that, and then I'll be here all day. I don't want to do that. But we've had a good run. The first 2 races of the stream, we picked up podiums in both of them before more and more quicker guys got on. Then we moved over to the daily race Bs, where we had a lot of fun. To be honest, with it felt well, it was basically, it wasn't multi-class, but it was definitely multi-car. And that was a lot of fun with all of the various cars around there as well. And then we nipped back then to Group 2 towards the end, and if we didn't have them penalties, didn't lose too much time behind that guy towards the end, we could have been challenging for a podium to finish in P5. 3.7 seconds off the lead is galling, but a good race nevertheless. I've enjoyed these races. I don't know where the next GTSport stream will be. I want to do more of these, but it's difficult with my hours during the week. I'm sort of limited to Saturday, Sunday and Mondays, where sometimes I really just don't have the energy to do it. But maybe I should do more of it, because some people out there do seem to enjoy them, and it is greatly appreciated. But I think for now, we will call it quits. I've been doing this for nearly 3 hours, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it as well. And I think I should get back into more GTSport streams. It's the first one I've done for at least 4 months, I'd say, and I have enjoyed it this morning, and I've enjoyed everyone dropping in and out, dropping comments here, there and everywhere as well. A like and a subscribe would be very appreciated, just to tell me that what I'm doing is nice and informative and entertaining, and that you guys want to see some more. But for now, thank you very much for watching this. The next stream from me, as long as there's no problems at work, I should say, will be this Friday at 6 o'clock. Last week I missed it at Mexico, round 9 of 10 for that particular season of One Hub, purely because I had to stay late at work in the morning. And I didn't get to sleep until about 2:30 in the afternoon, and then when I woke up at 5 o'clock, an hour before the race, I had a bad migraine. I just didn't feel well. Overworked, underslept, basically. So I had to blow out of it. But hopefully, as long as everything goes well this week, I should be there for a finale at Japan, where hopefully I'll pick up a few more points and solidify myself inside the top 10. As for ACC, we've now had confirmation that the date has been moved forward a week. It won't be this Saturday, it will be next Saturday. So 2 Saturdays from now will be round 3 of the Campeonato Corsa Libero Championship, which will be the first of the sprint race weeks. Now, we haven't had the definitive layout for it, but we do know there's going to be a 30-minute practice session, 2 Superpole qualifying sessions, so you get 1 lap to do your lap time, and then 2 30-minute sprint races. Now, we don't know yet if it's going to be Superpole Sprint, or 2 Superpole races and then the 2 sprint races, but essentially what you do in the first Superpole event will be the grid for race 1, and then the second Super Bowl event will be the grid for race 2. So we don't know the order for it, but we know that's what's going to happen. We also know it's going to be dry and sunny conditions with a little bit of cloud, so there'll be no night racing, I hope, and no rain as well. And the times for that have also been preliminary introduced at starting about 8 o'clock in the evening, so it'll be a very late evening, I should say, stream for that one. But for GT Sport, maybe I'll do another one over the weekend involving these races, because they have been quite fun, or maybe I'll wait until next week, who knows. But again, thanks very much for each and every single one of you that has dropped in and out of this stream, as it's been going on for 3 hours. I appreciate your support. A like and a subscribe would be very, very helpful. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all for the next stream very soon.